swings. I'm going to show you how to do a swing from scratch. I'm going to take Beth through the progression. You just follow along, watch this, and practice it, okay?
This is a great exercise for that rear end and those thighs.
Okay, Beth, first we're going to start with a sumo deadlift. All right, what I want you to do is bring the kettlebell all the way to the floor. Okay, just hold on to it. Now take a step ahead of it. Take a step ahead of the bell. Good. Head up. Keep your back flat. What's happening here is she's putting all the tension through her hip flexors, basically sticking her butt back and out. All the tension's in her hamstrings. I want you to pick your toes up in your shoe. Put the weight through your heels. Now you should really feel it in your hamstrings. Okay, that's what we're looking for. This is the position we start with. Now just stand up with that. As she stands up, I want her to push her feet through the ground and squeeze her butt tight. All right, do that again. Hit the ground, head up, come back up, drive the weight through the heels and squeeze your butt tight. Good, back down one more time. And all the way up, drive the weight through the heels. Now come all the way to the bottom and stay there. Take a step ahead of the bell. Now we're going to do something called a dead swing. All I want you to do is come up and swing this bell forward and then stop at this position in the bottom. Ready? And go. And all the way to the bottom. Good. I want you to use a little bit more energy from the leg and your glutes. Ready? One more time. Lock your legs at the top. Ready? There we go. That's what we're looking for. That's the beginning of the swing. Try that one more time. There you go. What we're creating is weightlessness at the top, so the kettlebell doesn't feel like anything. We don't want any stress in the shoulders. Try that again. And stand up and relax. Did you feel that? Where you're not lifting it with your shoulders, the energy's coming from here, not from here. Especially if you're using a light bell. You'll start out with a light bell and progress later, but we want to make sure you don't make this a shoulder exercise. Now we'll try the swing. So the first swing will be a dead swing, and then the next one will come close to your groin. Your wrist will hit your groin, and then push those hips forward to swing the kettlebell in front of you. And go. There's your dead swing. And now start to do your swing. There it is. So the only difference is she didn't hit the floor. She's keeping what we call the arc nice and tight. The kettlebell's going through her legs, creating weightlessness at the top, loading the hamstrings in the backside, and let it down on the ground for a second. Okay. I want you to notice one thing. When her hands are in the back position, Beth, just put your hands in the back position without the bell. Drop the bell down on the ground and just bring your hands up. Her hands are behind her like she's hiking something behind her. That's the position in the back with the kettlebell, okay? We don't want it to be too close to the groin or too far below the knee. It's going to be somewhere in this range here. Make sure it's tight. Keep it nice and tight. You won't use your lower back that way, and I'm sure you know this from doing this. You can use your lower back a little bit too much on this exercise. Do you agree? All right? Keep it safe. Just practice this and you'll nail it. Cleans. Cleans are a way to bring the kettlebell up to your shoulder with as little effort as possible to help you progress through the rest of these exercises. We need to know this position and we need to know it safely and efficiently. Okay, here we go. Same position as the swing. Hips back. Get your left hand and put it right under your right. So here's a way to do this. Grab the bell with the right hand, and Beth has her left hand under the right hand, and we're going to do what's called a cheat curl. We're going to actually cheat this up to the shoulder, okay? Bring it up to your right shoulder. Stand up, stand up, stand up, all the way up, 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 up. Okay, bring it back to the floor. Now I want you to do it in one motion. I want you to use more leg, less arm. Ready? Bring it up. There we go. One more time. And bring it all the way up and stay there this time. Now take your left hand away. All right. Now we want to make sure that her wrist is straight on this, just like that. That's called a broken wrist. This is a straight wrist. Always want the wrist nice and straight. Now I want you to go back to the floor and back up with one hand. Ready? Bring it up. And a little bit more leg. And back up. Good, and bring it back to the floor. Now, a couple of key points here, and stand all the way up. We're trying to create weightlessness with the legs. We don't want to pull it up with the arm and curl it, but we do use something called the cheat curl to help you not swing. We don't want the kettlebell to swing out in front of you. A few things that go wrong with this, and maybe you've seen this when you first started with kettlebell training, people bang their wrists up pretty badly. So this prevents that, and right from the beginning, you create very good habits. All right, let's try that one more time. And bring it up with those legs. There you go. And take the left hand away, and do it with one hand. And there's your clean. Great. Chest presses. Chest presses done from the floor are one of the best ways to take your shoulders out of the chest press and really recruit as much chest muscle as possible, and triceps as well.
And this is a great exercise for women. Women oftentimes overlook the chest area, but when it's toned, it gives you a much fitter and younger look.
Okay, let's try this. Lie all the way back. First thing you do is very safely bring the kettlebell up to your shoulder, very similar to when you did the cleans. Grab the kettlebell with your right hand, post it with 2 hands to the shoulder. Grab it over the top. There we go. Just bring it up to your chest. Okay, now press it with 2 hands for the first time up overhead. Good. Now let go with the left hand. There we go. Now, the key point here, the most important thing is to squeeze your shoulder blades together when you're in this position. So pinch those shoulder blades together. There you go. Now pull the kettlebell down close to your side. It's almost as if your tricep is rubbing against your lat. And there you go. And push it back up. Perfect. And what she didn't do, and if you do this, watch this. We don't want the shoulder to extend past the chest. I'm gonna make her do this wrong so you can see what I'm talking about. Push up all the way and push that shoulder off the floor. That's what we don't want. That puts your shoulder in a volatile position, and that's what will aggravate your shoulder. So pinch those shoulder blades again, pull it down to the floor and press it. Now, one thing I will add to this is make sure your wrist stays over your elbow the whole time. So bend that elbow first, bring your wrist over the elbow the whole time. There you go, and press it up. That way there's no stress on the elbow, and you get to recruit your tricep at the same time. That's your chest press. Squats and sumo deadlifts. Okay, now that we know how to do a clean, we get the kettlebell to the shoulder safely. Now we can get in a squatted position. Okay, let's start out with a wave squat that you saw in the joint mobility section of the DVD. Grab the kettlebell by the base. There you go. Clasp your fingers together. Now, just let your body relax and fall down into a nice, that's it. Relax. Now, from that position, drop your butt. All the way, all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. Good. Now stand up. Okay, try one more time. And drop that butt, drop, and come back up. Okay, if you're not sure or you're not comfortable squatting, some people aren't comfortable squatting, they feel like they can't get past this position. By doing the wave squat, it ensures that you load up your hamstrings, you take all the tension off your knees and off your quads. That's usually what prohibits people from squatting too low, or they think they have tight hamstrings. This is how you'll find out how deep you can really squat. So start with the wave squat, and then you can get into the squat that we're going to do right now. Drop the kettlebell to the ground, clean it up to your right shoulder. Okay, now here's the squat. Remember the wave squat. Remember how deep you got on the wave squat. Now pull your hips back and drop down as far as you can. All the way, all the way. Yeah, beautiful, good, and come out. That's it, come out of it. Good, try that one more time. And come out of it. Now we'll add one thing to this. On your way down, nice deep breath in. Hold that breath in, squeeze your butt tight in the bottom position, and drive through those heels and come out. Did your body feel a little bit lighter when you did that? That's what we're looking for. That engaged her core, taking a little bit more stress off the legs, putting a little bit more tension through the core. All right, try that one more time. Take a deep breath in. Pull yourself down into that hole, good, and drive off those heels. Excellent. Did you feel your stomach in there a little bit more? Okay, imagine you get a core workout while you're doing a squat. It's probably one of those beneficial exercises that we have on the DVD. Now let's try the sumo deadlift. All right, you've seen it in the swing, we've seen it throughout many exercises. Turn your toes a little bit straighter for this one. Good. Now drive those hips back. Again, sticking that butt out, put all the weight in your hamstrings and your glutes and your heels. A little bit lower, 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 right there. Come out of it. Good. Now drive your hip back more so than you are squatting. That's it. Elongate this muscle. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for her to make her hamstring long and push back out. And one more time. Keep pushing back. Put the weight through the heels and come out of it. If you feel that in your lower back, you're doing it wrong. We want you to engage this muscle, not just your quad. You should feel this. Did you feel it in your hamstring and your glutes? That's where you should feel a sumo deadlift. We're trying to take some of the tension off of this. Your quad gets it in almost all these exercises. We're really trying to engage your posterior chain. Practice this and you will nail it. How do you feel with that?
I feel good. I do mine a little more turned out.
And that's fine.
Do yours, ballet training.
And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with changing your foot position on squats or sumo deadlifts. A natural stance for most people is neutral, toes turned out a bit. I love this exercise. It gets all your inner thigh muscles. Great variation of this drill. One-legged deadlift. Okay, now this is going to take a little active balance here. We're going to be balancing on one foot as you go through the range of motion. What do you like about this exercise, Beth?
This exercise, like nothing else, has really helped my lower back and has changed my posture. I was noticing that as I got older, I was losing the good posture I used to have. And now it's back again, and I think this exercise is one of the keys to that.
And you'll see why when we go through the progression of this. Okay, pinch your shoulder blades together. This is where the posture comes in. So as she goes through this range of motion, she's keeping her chest up high, opening up the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Now, balance on one foot. I want you to do something. I want you to squeeze your right butt cheek. Squeeze that glute tight. All right, now grab the floor with your toes. Good, now bend your knee slightly. We call this a bent locked position. Now, keep the bell as close as possible to your leg and keep your back flat. Now, what we were doing is using the bell and her back foot as a counterbalance to each other to get the bell toward the floor. Notice how flat her back is and come out of that. Now, there's a couple of ways to do this. First, whatever it takes to balance, balance. If you need to tap your foot in the back, and let's show them that version. If you need to tap for balance, it's fine. As long as your back is flat, and come out of it. Great stabilizing exercise for the ankles as well. Now, Beth likes to bend her knee a little bit more in this exercise. As long as you're activating your posterior chain, your hamstring and your glute, it's fine. Both variations work well. Let's show both of these with a very bent leg, like the variation you like. There you go. Almost like a one-legged squat. And a little bit more of a stiff leg. Now, there are a lot of variations of this. The bell comes away from her leg quite a bit, keeping it close because she's got a strong back. If your back isn't that strong and if you feel it in your lower back, just keep the bell closer to your leg. And again, the key is as long as your back is flat and neutral and you're lifting that back leg as a balance to the bell, you'll be fine. Just practice all of these rounds like this and you'll be great with this. Windmills and overhead squats. This is one of my favorite exercises. Windmills have, what they do is they really give you pressure in your core and really tie in all your obliques, your abs, your hips, your glutes, your hamstrings. It's a full body exercise. A lot of people think this is a shoulder exercise. If you feel it in your shoulder, we'll show you how not to get it in your shoulder, then you're doing it wrong, and just practice this over and over and you'll nail it. Now, Beth, I want you to clean this to the shoulder. Get it up top, press it up overhead. Simple progression to this. Focus on the bell. Turn both toes to the opposite direction of the bell. Push all the weight in your right hip. Now what we're going to do is, before you start moving, I want you to pretend there's a bullseye in the ceiling. Punch the kettlebell to the bullseye. Keep it in the bullseye as you lower your left hand to the floor, tap the floor, and punch the kettlebell right back to the bullseye. Straight up, good. And back down again one more time. And bring it straight up to the bullseye. Just bring your shoulder a little bit straighter this time. Stand up straight. There you go. That's full range of motion. By doing that, she really engages her lat and her oblique. If she stays in this position and doesn't lock out, the pressure stays in her leg instead of her lat. We want her to be comfortable in this position in case she needs a break. Let's try that one more time. Focus on the bell. Bring your left hand down to the floor if you can. Bring it back up. Punch it to that bullseye. Now, if you don't have this range of motion, it's fine. Don't skip the exercise once again. Focus on the bell. Let's try this halfway. And you let me know if you can still feel this. Bring that left hand down. Stop right there. And come back up. All the way up. Do you still feel that in your side? You're still getting your oblique recruited. You're still getting your glute. If you don't have the range of motion because of flexibility, increase it with this exercise, but don't skip it. All right, let's go into the overhead squat. Same drill. I want you to focus on the bell. This time I want you to try something different. Not everyone is going to be able to go straight down into an overhead squat, and that's okay. Again, turn. We'll find a variation for this. You're going to turn your hip toward the bell. Exactly. Focus on the bell. Drive your hips back and squat. Excellent. And come back up. Again. Now let's try to go a little bit deeper this time. Take a deep breath in and hold it. All the way down. Lots of tension on the way down. Lower, lower, lower. Excellent. And push right out of that. And bring it to the shoulder and drop it. Again, these look difficult. If you use these progressions, use them safely, practice them, you'll get this. How did you feel with that? Were you comfortable with that? Okay, practice. Clean and press. 2 exercises combined to create a full body movement. All right, Beth, I know you like this exercise. What can you tell us about this exercise that's so great?
Well, this is lower body and upper body getting worked out at the same time, and nothing creates burn fat like that combination.
Okay, let's start with a clean position. We're going to clean the kettlebell to the shoulder. We have a simple progression for this. We call it clean it, sink it, press it. You practice those 3 moves and you'll nail this. So she cleaned it to the shoulder. Now we're going to sink it into your oblique. And all that means is she's dropping her shoulder, making sure that she feels some tension. She's on her right side in her right oblique. Now, in order to feel that, you need some tension in your lower body. If you clean the bell to your shoulder and sink it and you bend your knees, and a lot of people will do this, you won't understand what we're talking about. So squeeze your glutes tight, drop into that right side, and press right out of it. Good. One more time. Bring it all the way to the ground. We'll do it. Clean it, bring it up, sink it into the oblique, drive out of it. There you go. And bring it to the shoulder and back to the floor. What happens with this is by creating a nice solid base with your glutes and hamstrings, you have something to press off of. So when you sink it, you're sinking by contracting your oblique. So you take some pressure off your shoulder, actually pressing with your oblique rather than using a shoulder in what would be considered an obvious shoulder press. And you can see you get great shoulder workout with this particular exercise without having to stress your shoulders. All right, it's a great, great movement. Practice it. Flip and squat, or double high pull and squat. Great exercise for explosive strength of the hamstrings. Beth, what do you like about this exercise?
Well, truthfully, I have a 2.5-year-old, so this exercise is very similar to the motion that I'm using picking up my baby, and it's helped me as he's grown. I've been able to continue to pick him up.
That's interesting because when you pick up a baby or you pick up a box or you pick up groceries, you don't curl the groceries and you don't curl your baby. I don't think you curl your baby. You pick them up with the hamstrings. You're almost creating that weightlessness that we talk about. This really reinforces that weightlessness as you lift something with your posterior chain. So let's try the double high pull first. You don't have to flip it here, all right? And squat. There you go. A couple more. You can see, and she makes this look very easy, you can see how light the kettlebell gets. The big issue here is safety. You just want to make sure that you don't flip this into your face. Create that weightlessness. Keep her hands nice and close to this just in case something happens. She's got her hands right in front of her face to protect her mouth. It can be dangerous. You don't have to flip it. You'll see in the DVD that I'm flipping, and Beth played it safe and didn't flip. Watch your living room floors when you do this. It is fun. Once you're comfortable with this bell, you will want to try the flip. Just keep your hands close to you. Feel up for a flip? Let's try it. Come on. Let's do it. Let's show them.
Okay. Oh.
That's okay. Let's do it again. Do it again. There's your flip. And drop it. See, that wasn't so bad. Practice like every other round. Practice this stuff and you'll get great at it. Tactical lunges. Great way to do lunges that do not stress your knees. Like a lot of clients that complain about knee pain when they do lunges. The tactical lunges really have softened that and enabled people to go through this range of motion safely. Let's take this right from the top.
I had knee pain, and I get no knee pain doing this, so if you're doing it correctly, it's not going to put stress on your joints.
And that wasn't rehearsed. Okay, take your right leg back and go all the way to the floor and stay there. This is the first position of the tactical lunge. You want to make sure that your knees are at 90 degrees. During the workout, you may notice that as you get good at this, Beth's leg goes back a little bit further, mine goes back a little further. We're not always at 90 degrees, but when you start this, it's very important that you understand this position right here. Now pass the kettlebell off to the left hand, push off the back foot and stand right back up. Good. Left leg back, pass it through, good, all the way to the floor, and push off the back foot and stand up. Practice it this way first. You can even do the whole round of the DVD like this and touch the floor each time. Very important. Now, you may find that you're losing balance with this. Here's a quick trick for this. We call it staying on railroad tracks. Take your feet apart a little bit. A little further. Okay, now do the exercise. Keep your feet apart the whole time. Much easier to balance this way. So it's almost like your feet are on 2 tracks, about shoulder width apart, maybe a little narrower. And as you get better at it, you can put your feet together. Still a fantastic benefit like this. Again, this exercise is just practice. Nice job. Triple crush. A triple crush incorporates a bicep curl, a press, and a tricep extension all in one. But the difference is we're crushing the bell at the same time, which incorporates lots of small muscles that we don't usually get when we do straight bicep curls or tricep extensions. Right, so here's how we'll do this. We're going to crush the bell. So what you do is just push your palms together. And you can actually see this. When she pushed her palms together, her chest tightened up immediately. Now bring your shoulders back just a bit. There you go. Now let's curl it and crush it and press it up overhead. Still crushing, bring it behind your head. Now in this position, I want her to stay here for a second. Push your chest forward and really stretch out, stretch out, stretch out. See how her elbows are facing the ceiling? That's important. All right, now push that bell back up. What that does is it incorporates all the muscle fibers in her tricep, not just this, you'll see some people do tricep extensions and they'll stay in this position. They're getting one of the three heads of the tricep instead of lengthening. You want to lengthen the muscle as much as possible to make it as strong as possible. Let's try that again. Tell me if you can feel the difference when you lengthen back there as well. Bring it all the way back, bring it back, back, back. Feel that stretch? And push it back. And bring it back down to the chest. And uncurl. Okay, let's try one more time. Keep crushing. And drive out of it. This took all the stress off the elbow by just applying a little pressure to the palms. That's why we invented this exercise, and we use this every day in our gym. It's fantastic. How do you like this exercise? You've done bicep curls and tricep extensions in the past.
Well, I have to say that the reason I started doing this workout was because I had an awful picture of myself where I realized that my arms now had the flabby tricep, and it kind of surprised me. And I started this, and that changed, as you can see, overnight.
Practice, you'll have arms like this. Figure 8 to a hold. This is one of my favorite ab exercises because it incorporates a rotation with a crunch of the abdominal area. It looks difficult to do. It's not. It's easy. We're going to show you.
Get the hang of it, and once you do, you're going to love it. You're going to have fun with it.
It's this simple. Grab the kettlebell with your right hand. Pick it up off the floor just a bit. Pass it through the middle of your legs to your left hand. Snap your hip up just like you would do a swing and come up to the right palm. Right, now, this is the important part. All you need to do to get it back down to the floor again or get it between your legs is just send your butt back. Just stick your butt out, let the kettlebell fall, let it do all the work for you, pass it off to the right hand, and pop it up to that left palm. Now let's make this weightless, all right? Let's show them how to do this. Really incorporate, just like we did with the swing and the cleans, incorporate that posterior chain. Drop that hip, and snap it up. Good. A little more aggressive in the legs. Good. There you go. A couple more times. One more time. This is just practice. Do it slowly like Beth did the first couple of reps, and then you'll get the hang of it and put some speed on it, and you'll notice it's incorporating all these muscles in your core tied into your glute. It's a fantastic exercise. Seated presses. Seated presses, just like the clean and press, we're using the concept of sinking into the oblique to press over your head, except we're taking the legs out of the picture. Now, the two variations of this that you've seen in the DVD, one legs crossed and one legs apart. There's no one better than the other. The reason we came up with this variation is to take the pressure off the lower back. A lot of people have difficulty sitting up straight like Beth is right now. Another trick to this is you can actually sit on a telephone book or sit on a board or a block to raise your butt up in the air a little bit. It takes even more pressure off your lower back. I give you these variations so you don't skip the exercise. We're giving you enough tools here to get through the round. All right, let's see this. Bring it up to your right shoulder. Bring your left hand out with some tension. That's it. This is going to force her to use the left side of her oblique as well as the right side. Now sink into your right side and press straight up overhead. Now if you notice, her arm is behind her head. I don't want your arms forward. I want it back, just like this. That's the natural range of motion for your shoulder. Let's try that again. Pull it back down to the shoulder, sink into the oblique, and drive. You feel that in your stomach? And pull it back down. One more time. And press it. Excellent. Try this exercise. Great exercise for your abs. You'll be amazed how much ab work you get during the shoulder press.
As well as posture. Great for your posture.
One arm row. What I like about the row with a kettlebell and doing it without a bench or a support is you are the support system. So what happens is you use more of your core like all the other kettlebell drills that we've gone through. Beth, let's try this. Take your right foot back. A couple of variations of this. Get up on your back toe a little bit. Just take that heel off the floor. Get your left elbow, put it on your left knee, and sink all the way. Become weightless on your right side. So that engages her core. So what we're looking for is all the pressure is on her left side, not her right side. Now grab the bell with your right hand. Okay? I want you to pick up with the shoulder first. Just right, yeah, raise the shoulder. Now pull the elbow back and a little bit of a twist and bring it back down. One more time, pull the shoulder back and a little bit of a twist and back down. What's happening is she's using her lower lat tied into her oblique. It's a muscle group that's very hard to hit. It's an insertion point that's very difficult to hit in any other exercise. This is beautiful to tie in lat, oblique, and even glute at some point. All right, let's try that one more time. Shoulder, bring it up, nice twist. All the weight's on our left side. It frees up the right. And drop it. Good job. Pullovers, Russian twists, and Sicilian crunches. 3 great ab exercises using a kettlebell. Beth and I both have done many crunches in the past. For me, I find nothing better than Russian twists and pullovers and even Sicilian crunches for just a full abdominal workout. Incorporates my lower back muscles, not just aimlessly going through crunches to get a six-pack. I want a strong core. I don't want it to just look good. I want it to feel good.
And I have never been able to get a flat stomach in my life, and this is the first time I've been able to do that. And I have to say that I think this is probably the easiest ab workout I've ever done, and gets results like nothing else I've ever tried.
Okay, pullovers. Grab the kettlebell by the base, just like that. Again, put a little pressure on it so you can put a little crush in this and incorporate some of the upper body muscles. Ready? Lie all the way back. One vertebrae at a time. Bring it back over your head. Now use the momentum from the bell. As she comes up, she's almost going to swing the bell up and push. Good, that takes all the pressure off the lower back. And bring it back down. No magic to this. It's a simple exercise. It's just a matter of practicing it and putting the time in. Okay, Russian twists. 2 variations. Feet on the floor, feet off the floor. Most important thing is as she does this, I want to have her head follow the bell with a full stop on each side. Ready? Good. Now, Beth, I want you to bring the bell a little bit closer to your chest. And bend your elbows a little bit more. Bring it higher up on your chest. So bend up. There we go. Now try it. Just watch your face. There we go. Good. Back and forth. Now let's try the feet off the floor. Balance. Good. And bring your feet back on the floor. The reason I wanted her to bring it close to her chest is she's strong enough to hold that weight bell out in front of her, and there's nothing wrong with that. When you progress through this, you'll notice some people it'll put some stress on your shoulder. You want to take that away by bringing the bell closer to you. That wasn't wrong. It's just another way to do it. Try both variations. See what works for you. Let's try the Sicilian crunch. Okay, lay all the way back. All right. With the weight of the bell on your chest, don't let it actually sit on your chest. Just keep it relaxed there. Crunch up. Good. Now punch it up to the ceiling. Punch it, and then crunch it again. Good. Bring it back to your chest, and then relax the shoulders. So you get a double crunch in here. So what we're doing, and what we want to do is add some breathing to this. Bring it up. Exhale. Push it. Exhale again. Push it up. There we go. Empty that abdominal area. No breath left, and bring it back down. That'll give you the tightest, biggest contraction in your abs that you can possibly get when you get rid of all that air. Want to try one more? Exhale, punch it, crunch it again, squeeze, and bring it down. No stress in the lower back, great for your abs, and that's what gives you your abs, is that nice tight contraction. Snatches. 3 simple steps to the snatch. I'm going to work on a high pull, a punch through, and a lockout. Here's what it looks like. The high pull, think of it as an extension of the swing. Pull it up. Using the leg drive, squeezing the glutes tight. Nothing to do with my arms here. My legs are doing all the work. Practice the high pull until you're comfortable with the next 2 steps. Next step is a punch through, bang, lock out, just like that. That's the finish. If you're not ready for it, don't worry about it. The high pull is a fantastic exercise by itself. Let's try that again. High pull, punch through, and lock out. I meet the kettlebell up top, softly flips over my wrist, no banging of the wrist, no stress on the shoulder in this position. Practice it, and you'll nail it. Enjoy it.